What is up, YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2018 Back Battles. Today is the last day we're using the Mega Banette team with Mega Banette, Incineroar, Araquanid, Ferrothorn, Tapu Koko, and Nidoqueen. Also, today is the day that I did leave for the World Championship if you're watching. Of course, this video is going to be pre-recorded ahead of time because I won't have time to record a few days before Worlds and obviously during Worlds. And then when I get back from Worlds, I actually have to go straight to college. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty hectic few weeks for me, so I will be pre-recording episodes ahead of time just to make sure I have some content ready. And yeah, let's just get started because I do want to keep up that daily video count for as long as possible. And yeah, so I'll have a few videos up pre-recorded, and hopefully by the time I get to college I'll be able to find a schedule and start recording, hopefully, as we got our first opponent from the United States, Massachusetts, 1635 rating in Serene, with the team of Gengar, Landis Variant, Celesteela, Tapu Fini, the not Darmanitan, why did I say Darmanitan? It's because there was one in the last video, Raichu, and Braviary, because it really reminds me of my Mega Venusaur team. I think that's the reason why. Okay, so this is gonna be an interesting matchup. 100% an interesting one. The reason I think it's gonna be interesting is there's a lot of Pokemon that are threatening, scary. Nidoqueen does a lot of work. I think Nidoqueen, Incineroar, Banette. What did I want as my last one? Araquanid could do work in the Trick Room with Rain Dance. Tapu Koko can do work if I get rid of Raichu. Don't know if the Raichu is going to be brought. Yeah, it might be worth considering, because Rain Dance plus Liquidation is a very scary threat to my opponent. I think Banette Incineroar lead is okay here. Even if my opponent's got Braviary, I don't think it's too big of a deal. Bring Nidoqueen, and I think I do go Araquanid in the back. I don't know, I think Araquanid is pretty good in this matchup. If I'm thinking what sets my opponents are, I think it's maybe Choice Scarf Landorus or Z Landorus. Braviary or Z Braviary. I think the Fini would be a Berry, Calm Mind variant. Celesteela probably a Misty Seed variant. Raichu, Focus Sash, maybe it could be a bulkier variant with like Safety Goggles or something else. This team kind of reminds me of the team Alberto Lara did used to get second place at the Latin America Championship. So Incineroar plus Braviary will lead here against Raichu Braviary. So it is going to be that scary lead. We do have the Destiny Bond factor, which is good. We can trade a 1v1. We're going to find a Wiki Berry and a Maga Berry. So Braviary can't pick up a knockout into my Incineroar if I've gone for Superpower, but that means my opponent has to go for Superpower and gets rid of its boost. So it wouldn't be too bad, I guess. I don't think you target down the Incineroar. You could go for Superpower, I guess. I think Destiny Bond is my play here. And just go out in a Nidoqueen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're just going to fake out Incineroar, go for the Brave Bird. Unless you have Whirlwind, but I don't know. I feel like you would just Brave Bird immediately if you can. We'll go Nidoqueen here. And we'll see what my opponent decides to do. I'm hoping I can get rid of the Braviary, because even if I don't get Trick Room up, I still don't think it's a losing battle for us. It's going to be a hard battle for sure, but it's not going to be a losing battle, I think. Baek are going to go out into the Nidoqueen slot as we're going to see the Destiny Bond come out. Let's see what the Braviary is going to do. Whirlwind is the one thing I'm hoping it's not the case, but it's just a Brave Bird, and that's probably targeting down. I would assume it would target down my Banette slot. Yeah, so that should pick up the knockout. Yep, okay, so we're going to trade Braviary for Banette, which isn't the worst trade because that Pokemon is really scary. That Braviary is really scary to handle. I'm kind of glad I didn't bring Tapu Koko. I think I could bring out the Incineroar. Yeah, I'll bring out Incineroar. I'll bring out Incineroar because I think Tapu Fini might be coming in, or Landorus, which is perfectly fine because I can Ice Beam. I don't know what kind of Landorus set this is though, so maybe I do want to retreat here. Because I think... Okay, I think the Landorus has to be Z. You're not going to Thunderbolt my Nidoqueen slot. I think you have to be worried about a potential of me going for the fake out Ice Beam into Landorus is very concerning. You can't Earthquake yourself here. You don't have an immunity unless you did bring the Celesteal. But I don't think you brought Celesteal in this matchup. I think a Rockrunned for the Nidoqueen is safe and just U-turn out the Raichu. I think if you're going to attack too, I think it'd be Tectonic Rage in the Nidoqueen slot. So at least I'd be able to survive that and get some momentum shift. So, yep, we're going to reveal the Protect on the Landers. And I think Raichu going to go for the Encore, expecting the Fake Out here. Or just going to go for the Volt Switch, which is fine too. So Incineroar, not taking much damage at all. We will see the retreat here, probably into that Feeny or the Gengar as the last Pokemon. Gonna be that Gengar, okay. So not a bad turn, because I do get the Fake Out into... I get the U-turn off into Gengar. Curse Body is gonna activate, no big deal. Because I am switching out. We'll go out into my Nidoqueen. Sludge Bomb and the Rock Slide won't knock out a Rockrunned, and that should actually proc the Berry. So I feel pretty good about my position. I'm pretty sure I just get a free Protect here with Nidoqueen and a Liquidation and a Landers. There are some questions that I do have to answer for. One, does Landers switch out into the Raichu? If that's the case, I don't think... I'd be trapped in, so it wouldn't be that great. But my opponent would have to Encore. Is it worth risking Nidoqueen here? I mean, if I get rid of Landers, I feel pretty good with my Incineroar in the back. Is it worth risking? I don't think it's worth risking. I think it's worth just going for the Liquidation and Protect. So my opponent stays in. I don't know if that means Landers carries a U-turn or not, but I don't think a Rockrunned should go down to any combination. I guess... Yeah, Gengar gonna Protect. I'm guessing it's an Earthquake? No, I think you would Tectonic Rage here. I think you have to Tectonic Rage. Yeah, it's gonna be Tectonic Rage, which is okay here. Okay. So Tectonic Rage is gonna come out, target down my Nidoqueen. I would assume it's a Nidoqueen. I didn't want to sack Incineroar there because Incineroar could have been useful, but if I did predict the Lander, if I did predict it, I think it would be okay. I don't know if Incineroar will live a -2 Tectonic Rage from the Landers, but I felt like Incineroar is still useful in the back if I do get rid of this Landers. So might as well just go for the Liquidation. Now I have to play these next few turns a little bit smart because it's going to come down to some factors. I do get rid of the Landers, which is amazing for me, but now I am trapped in with Nidoqueen. There is a potential of Encore, and there is a potential of the Disable coming out from the Gengar. Although these teams don't really carry Disable, only really teams with like Whimsicott or an Encore Pokemon. But Raichu is an Encore Pokemon, so can. I feel like the likelihood of it having Disable is really low. But Bug Bite won't knock out Raichu where Liquidation can. So I think just risking the Liquidation and Earth Power is an okay play here. So we're going to see the Fake Out. It's going to go into one of my mons. It's going to target on the Rockrunned. Shadow Ball going to come out, target down my Nidoqueen. No, it's going to be my Rockrunned as well. Okay. So here comes a Earth Power into the Raichu. It does pick up the knockout, so I'm guessing it was Safety Goggles, or I don't know what other move it could have. Maybe it's item it could have. Maybe it's Assault Vest. But yeah, that should be the game, because now I do have 3 Pokemon. Gengar can't target down all my Pokemon. I can go for a Liquidation here into the Gengar slot and an Earth Power, and I also have my Incineroar's knockoff pressure in the back, and my opponent can't pick up a knockout to any of my Pokemon, I think. I think you need Sludge Bomb to target down the Rockrunned that can KO, but you have to KO the Nidoqueen, which I do respect, because Nidoqueen is the Pokemon that 100% guarantee knocks you out. But an Earth Power just gonna blow away that Gengar, and we're gonna be able to take game 1 of today's episode. So very nice. I felt like overall my matchup was pretty fine. Like once I saw the Raichu Braviary lead, I was like, okay, you have to get rid of my Banette. As long as I'm able to get rid of that at Braviary, which is boosted, I feel pretty good, because your Pokemon aren't exactly the best against my Pokemon. Like Landers, yeah, it's good against my team, but I do have a Rockrunned, which is a safety measure. Tapu Fini, like that would have been hard to handle, but if it's not, since it wasn't Zimu Tapu Fini based on what the team composition would be, I felt like it was okay because of the fact that a Rockrunned could just Wide Guard and then I can just Sludge Bomb the Tapu Fini afterwards, so I felt like that was okay for me as well. And what other? Gengar wasn't a threat. It couldn't KO one of my Pokemon, and I just outgo it back with another. And Celesteela, you're not bringing Celesteela without Tapu Fini, and even then I do have an Incineroar. So yeah, that's why I wasn't really threatened by my opponent's team, and I felt like I could make that trade because even out of Trick Room, like my Trick Room Pokemon put in a ton of work there. So able to pick up a victory there. As we will go for our second game of today's episode. Banette, you know, didn't get Trick Room up. However, did steal the soul of my opponent's Braviary. And yeah, I mean, the Banette on this team is very supportive. There probably could be other sets that I could run with Braviary. I mean, the Banette, maybe a Will-o-Wisp set. Maybe I could go more offensive. I do kind of like the Trick Room Rain Dance though. It's been pretty nice here. We got a tough game though up ahead. This is gonna be a tough one. Tapu Lele, Zapdos, Metagross, Gastrodon, Landisfarian, and Tyranitar. It's not worth bringing. Again, it's gonna come down to, does the Lele carry Taunt? Taunt is a very big issue for this team, and yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's my best option here. I'm thinking going Banette plus Ferrothorn might be a decent lead, because I don't think you're leading Zapdos on my team. It just doesn't really sit right with me if you lead Zapdos. Rockwood could do work with Liquidation, but I don't think it's going to pick up a knockout. I think the 4 Pokemon I do want are going to be the Banette, the Ferrothorn, the Incineroar, and the Nidoqueen. Got to figure out what order I want to lead them, because I'm not liking the Banette Incineroar lead. I'm thinking of leading the Banette Ferrothorn lead. Because if my opponent leads Lele Metagross, I could switch out an Incineroar on the double Psychic or a Taunt potentially into the Banette slot and try and knock out the top of Lele, which is the Taunt pressure. So I think I like that. We'll see how this goes. I think this is the way I'm supposed to approach this matchup, but then again, it's all speculation. It's something that I do want to try though, since it's something I did theorize after playing a few games with this team, in practice and showdown. So let's see how this is gonna work, because I want to figure out how to beat this matchup, and I feel like this is the way. We've beaten a few teams. I feel like Lele's out to Sicily. I could Rain Dance here. I could Destiny Bond here. There's a lot of things I can do. I could go Incineroar here to take the Heat Wave plus the Taunt or the Psychic. Let's see what the items are first. It's not Psychic Seed, Choice Scarf, and Electrium. Okay. So my opponent's not going to be able to knock out the Ferrothorn. The question is what you're going to lock yourself into. Probably Psychic. And then, what do I do here? I could Destiny Bond, try to pick up a knockout. Because if I knock out the Zapdos, I'm in a fantastic spot with my Ferrothorn, I feel like. So I'm going to Destiny Bond right here. And go on a Nidoqueen. Because if you try and knock out the Banette, it's fine. And if you don't, I have Fake Out Pressure with the Incineroar. Although, I'm not sure if my play 100 makes sense. Because I'm trying to figure out, okay, what if we Psychic into the Banette slot and Heat Wave and it doesn't knock on my Banette, then I'm in a little bit of trouble. So, but I'm trying to figure out how do I avoid the rest. Because then Zapdos is kept alive. I don't have my Trick Room option out on the field. I mean, Tapu Lele probably switches out, but Metagross is still really threatening to my team. So no matter what, I'm taking a loss, no matter what I do. I feel like I don't know. You could also double target my Ferrothorn, which is what I could see here with Psychic plus Thunderbolt, but, I mean Heat Wave. Psychic going to come on to Banette though, and it's just a Heat Wave, so Banette's not going to go down here. But my opponent must be scared of my Banette. I think I'll just Trick Room here. Gigavolt's not going to knock me out. My Incineroar out. Do I just knock off the Lele slot? The problem is Landers, right? If Landers comes out for the Tapu Lele right now, my opponent just decides, hey, I'm going to draw off a Heat Wave. I don't think you should, though. I think the play is actually to double out my Incineroar into Nidoqueen. The reason I want to do this is because I feel like it's useful to keep my Incineroar alive for the Tapu Lele, but it looks like Tapu Lele is going to switch out into Landers, so that works out perfectly for me. The The reason this works out perfectly for me is because of the fact that if Zapdos goes down, I get a free switching back into my Incineroar. So it's not too bad of a situation. Wait, it's not Scarflanders. It's Scarflanders. I can't confirm anything. We're going to see the Z move. That's probably going on Incineroar. Okay, that works out for me because I get Trick Room up guaranteed then. Okay, that works. So no matter what, I was trying to figure out what covers most of my opponent's plays here, and I feel like this works. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so I'm able to get a Trick Room up. And now I can Destiny Bond Ice Beam. Perfect. Okay. I really just want to go for the Sludge Bomb, though, into Landers. It's not worth risking, though. It's really not. I did click Destiny Bond, right? Or do I want to go for Shadow Claw, expecting the Lele? I mean, I think Ice Beam's a 2 KO on top of Lele, since I'm max. Yeah, I'm just going to Ice Beam. Because if my opponent's Zapdos ever attacks, because the only way I can attack my Nidoqueen is through Heat Wave, Banette will go down to the Heat Wave and I take the Zapdos with me. So I'm completely okay with that trade. We'll go for a Destiny Bond here and Ice Beam this Landers. And hopefully we do KO here. I mean, even if it's Assault Vest Landers, this is Life from Sheer Force boosted. Yeah, so we get rid of the Landers. I think it's Assault Vest because the HP bar went down slowly, but I can't tell. Tailwind's going to go up, which really doesn't benefit my opponent, so I'll definitely take that. Maybe I attempt to Trick Room here just so I can get another extra turn. Let's see. Lele is, you know what Lele is. Yeah, Lele comes out. Are you trying to bait me to get in Metagross? I mean, you know what? I'm going to try to Trick Room here, and I'm just going to Sludge Bomb. Even if Lele switches out and Metagross trying to catch me off guard, I can maybe catch my opponent off guard with this play. Trick Rooming here, because even if this Trick Room fails, for instance, and my opponent goes for, I don't know, Roost or something, I can Destiny Bond the following turn. So no matter what, I'm always having this pressure with Banette, which is one of the really cool niches about Banette here, because of the fact that Banette just puts on this Destiny pressure so much. So I'm pretty much either guaranteed Trick Room. But yeah, we're going to see the Lele retreat here. That's Metagross. Gastrodon actually coming out. Okay, that's not scary. I have Ferrothorn in the back, so if I just knock out the Zapdos, I do win the game. Sludge Bomb going to come out. Thunderbolt into Nidoqueen, and Trick Room does go up. And well, Destiny Bond right here. And Earth Power? Or do I just Protect? I'm surprised no Metagross. I guess Metagross didn't do that well against my team, especially if it didn't carry Zen Headbutt, so maybe this is not his Zen Headbutt variant. I'll just Protect here. Go for the Destiny Bond. As we're going to see the Gastrodon retreat, the Lele is coming in, which is fine. Because I might be guaranteed, like, if I get rid of one of these Pokemon, I benefit with the other. If Gastrodon goes down, Incineroar does have a really fun time against my opponent's team. If the Tapu Lele goes down, I don't know. Earth Power comes out, which is fine. How useful is Incineroar? It's not too useful. I mean, I basically get a Trick Room up here, and I get to go out into my Ferrothorn. So I can, unless you hit Empower Fire my Nidoqueen slot. I don't think you do, though. That'd be very, very, very... That'd be an amazing play for my opponent, but I don't think that would be a play you would make. Let's see. Psychic gonna come out, target down my Ferrothorn slot, and probably the same with the Gastrodon. Gets a special defense drop, which sucks because the Earth Power is gonna do more. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Oh, come on. Double special defense drop, really? I think I have to switch out Ferrothorn now because of those drops. I think I just Shadow Claw at the top of the ladder, though, and I attempt to Bloom Doom because I need to KO one of these Pokemon. If I KO one of these Pokemon, I think one switching out Zapdos. We're going to see the Tapu Lele probably switch out into Zapdos, so that's fine. Because if I'm able to knock out the Gastrodon here with the Bloom Doom, my position's really good. I don't know if Shadow Claw would have knocked out the Tapu Lele. I feel like it might have, actually. We will go for that Bloom Doom attempt into the Gastrodon because if we get, as I said before, as we get rid of one of these Pokemon, I feel like another one wins. So let's see, because if we got rid of Zapdos, which I couldn't do anyway, Ferrothorn was basically not the Pokemon that was going to win the game. So we're going to go for the Bloom Doom into the Gastrodon. This will be able to pick up a knockout, and then it's Tapu Lele against the world. Okay, so Gastrodon goes down. And we will see what, as I do get Shuttle Claw for damage. And I'll just Destiny Bond Gyro Ball here. That Zapdos took nothing from my attacks. Jeez. Tapu Lele comes out. It can't protect unless it's Choice Scarf Ally Switch, but locking itself in a useless move is not the situation my opponent wants to be in. So I'll just Destiny Bond here and go for the Gyro Ball, since I will be able to pick up a knockout here. It is my best potential option here. Yeah, like I kind of pinned down my opponent right now. I have my opponent pinned down right now because Gyro Ball will be able to knock out the Tapu Lele. A Zapdos, if it goes for Heat Wave, will get knocked out. So we'll go for that Destiny Bomb. Banette putting on all this pressure. Have you seen this Banette? Just all that pressure it's emitting right here. Gyro Ball will be able to knock out Tapu Lele, and then Nidoqueen should be able to solo the Zapdos. As we're going to see the Heat Wave, Ferrothorn avoids even, so just Banette going to go down, but this doll is bringing the Zapdos along with it, and that will be a good game to my opponent. So, overall, really tough one. That was a really tough game, I feel like, but luckily we were just able to, well, luckily my opponent switched out Tapu Lele instead of sacking it early on, because I feel like the combination of Gastrodon and Landers outside of Trick Room could have been really scary for my team, but luckily was able to pull through in the end with the Mega Banette just putting in a ton of work. Just did you see that pressure utility that this Banette had? You have to respect the Destiny Bond. You're gonna be trading Banette for one of your Pokemon most likely. There's like no way out of it. You're forced to make a trade right there, and that trade can be really beneficial to me or really hurtful to me depending on if my opponent's able to trade correctly. But I feel like all my opponent's Pokemon were necessary. The Gastrodon pretty much was able to beat my team other than the Ferrothorn. The Tapu Lele was able to put on pressure against Nidoqueen outside of Trick Room. The Zapdos you needed for Ferrothorn and the Landers. I mean, it's good against Incineroar and Nidoqueen. So my opponent had to make a trade there and just decided not to make a trade. And in the last minute, I was just able to keep the control of the game, have the Trick Room up, able to pressure both my opponent's sides. And yeah, that was just nothing my opponent could really do about that. As we find our last opponent from South Korea, 1478 rating, with the team of Gengar, Porygon 2, Tapu Koko, Landis variant, Incineroar, and Kartana. So, scary. Scary. Nidoqueen does put in work. The Porygon 2 is a bit of an issue, though. I don't like the Porygon 2. I also want to bring a Rocknet because Rain Dance with a Rocknet does really well against my opponent's team, but I don't feel like I can bring it. Tough game. Incineroar comes for sure. I need it for the Kartana. Nidoqueen comes. The damage output it just puts on is so good against my opponent's team. And then it's question, do I bring a Rocknet or do I bring the Ferrothorn? Because the Rocknet, damage output wise, can do a lot of work. I'm liking Ferrothorn though, because Swords Dance and the Balloon Moon could be really good if I'm able to get rid of the Intimidate users. I think I will bring the Ferrothorn. So we'll go Banette Incineroar lead with my Nidoqueen and my Ferrothorn. Yeah. It'll be nice if I can knock off the Porygon early, because if I knock out the Porygon, I'd be able to get one Swords Dance up, and at +1 I should be able to knock out the Porygon with the Z move. So that would be really nice. If I can just put on a lot of pressure, like I think I might make some aggressive reads in this game, just because of the fact that if my opponent's able to successfully stall out Trick Room, like my opponent I switches to Nidoqueen for one attack but not the other, I think I might make more aggressive plays, because I feel like my opponent has made aggressive, like opponents against me have made aggressive switches to preserve their Pokemon for the Nidoqueen. So let's see here. We're gonna see the Banette Incineroar lead against probably, I don't know, Gengar Landis. Okay. Man, a Rocknet would have been really good here. Okay, I don't know if that's Choice Scarf. We'll find out with the Banettes. Frisk, Gengarite, and Choice Scarf. So it is Choice Scarf Landers. I don't know if it's special or not. I mean, if I can't afford the Landers to go for Rock Slide and a Shadow Ball to come out because I'll get knocked out, I'll go for Trick Room here. And I'll just fake out the Landers. Yeah. Then I'll U-turn out. Get in my Ferrothorn, I think. Okay, yeah. I know what I want to do. So, we're going to see the Gengar Mega Evolve right here. And we're probably just going to see a Shadow Ball. I wonder if this Gengar would carry Sugar Room. I don't think it would. Substitute would make this Gengar matchup really interesting, I think, though. We will be able to Mega Evolve with Banette. And let's see what my opponent's going to go for. No Protects. Fake Out going to go off into Landers. And just a Shadow Ball? Yep, just a Shadow Ball. Okay. So how much damage is it going to do? It crits me. Well, what a way to end the last game of today's episode. We get crit Banette when we're eager to live. Okay, if it was modest, it's a roll. Probably timid. I would want to say it's timid. Is there a way I can come back from this? Maybe. There's a safe. I don't think there's a way. I'll try though. I'm gonna U-turn to Landers and Swords Dance here because Incineroar can come in. Gengar gonna retreat into Incineroar. Okay. I mean, I thought it was Incineroar going to switch in the other slot so you trap in my Pokemon, but that works, I guess, okay too. I'm guessing this is Earth Power coming up from the Landers. Yeah, it's Earth Power. Okay, so it is Special Landers. Incineroar able to proc Berry, which is good here. And then I have to play a 50-50. I think I get a U-turn off into the Landers, which is good, but I mean, I don't see how much firepower I have. I can switch out my Incineroar out, I guess. Maybe that's the play. Maybe instead of going for the Swords Dance, because I thought maybe it was going to be a different switch, like protect Gengar, go for switch out Incineroar. Maybe the play here is to go my Incineroar and just protect Nidoqueen, because you're forced to Earth Power to Nidoqueen. I think you double up, but I don't want to risk Flare Blitz going to go out into Fairform just to cover for a switch. So I'm going to try to play this, but that turn one really didn't work in our favor. That turn one really didn't work in our favor. So we'll just go out into my Incineroar. If my opponent calls the switch, it's 100% game. It would be 100% game for sure. And then I think I'm going to make a few aggressive reads, which I think I have to make in order to get back in this game. I don't see a way I get out of this alive otherwise. We will protect. As Earth Power does come out into the Nidoqueen slot, as we will see the Flare Blitz come out into... Yep, okay, so my opponent did go for that. I mean, I could have went for the Earth Power, but the problem is Landers next to Gengar. That's a lot of pressure that I have to deal with. So, I don't know if this has a U-turn or not. I do think Landers switches out here. I think Landers is too good for my opponent to pass up. I just don't know if you're going to U-turn. You should have U-turn on the Incineroar. But my only hope is I'm able to knock out Incineroar here. Because if my opponent just smartly U-turns, I'm out. We're going to see the Incineroar switch on a Porygon too? That could have been a fake out Ice Beam. And then I would have been in a great spot. That's unfortunate. Yeah, my opponent just stays in Earth Power. Oh well, that's game. I can't do anything anymore. I don't think Nidoqueen will be able to outspeed my opponent's side. And even then, like, it'd be really difficult to come back in this game. Yeah. So we'll go Ferrothorn. And I guess we'll attempt something, but I don't think there's an attempt I can win this game. I don't think Landers is switching out anymore. Maybe I need some double protects or something. I'm gonna Bloom Doom protect. If we switch out the Landers now, I'm gonna be frustrated, but I think Porygon 2 switching out here if anything, or maybe just gonna go for an Ice Beam, Earth Power into the Nidoqueen, because I think that makes the most sense to me. Earth Power. And yeah, I am using my Bloom Doom, but why Ice Beam the Ferrothorn? You have an Incineroar. Oh well. I guess the chip damage doesn't really matter too much. We will go for the Bloom Doom here. I might need a double to come out of this. I might need a double with Nidoqueen. I think a double with Nidoqueen might be able to bring me back, but it's still questionable. Here comes the Bloom Doom coming out into the Ferrothorn, into the Lander slot. So, how much damage is it doing? Able to pick up a knockout. We're not intimidated after all. And then whatever comes in, if it's Gengar, Swords Dance, Earth Power. Gengar comes out. I can't knock out the Gengar with Gyro Ball, I think. So I'm gonna Swords Dance, Earth Power, the Gengar. Shadow Ball gonna come out. If I leave Shadow Ball on Ice Beam, this could be huge. It's not a special attack boost with the Porygon. But we take the special defense drop instead, so we have 0 chance of living. But the Porygon's faster than my Nidoqueen anyway, so it's not meant to be Porygon on this team. Oh well. We tried. We tried. Unfortunately, the turn 1 crit just obliterated. I don't think I could have made that many big plays. Like, I would have to made every single big read, but that's like a bunch of turns I have to make reads, so it's very unlikely I'd be able to. And even then, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that this game could have been wrapped up with Nidoqueen under Trick Room. Like, if Porygon 2 came in, I just Swords Dance. Nidoqueen just got free domain against my opponent's team under Trick Room. I ignored a Porygon 2 slot and saved the Fairphone in the end game. But, you know what? It's Pokemon. So, gonna finish 2-1 in today's episode. But Banette putting in some work there, except for the last game. Banette was disappointing in the last game. But hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2018 Banette Battles. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like down below, show some support, as well as you can check out the rest of my stuff in the description down below, such as my social medias, the side series on my channel, and all that good stuff will be linked down below, as well as the team if you do want to try it out. You can check out my social media, such as my Twitter and Twitch for VGC live streams, which would be really appreciated. Again, I'll be competing at the World Championship. I am traveling today, and it should be competing starting tomorrow when you're watching this. So hopefully, maybe I'll get through day 1. Who knows? We'll find out. We'll see how it goes. But thank you all for tuning in, and I'll catch you all next time.